So in today's web dev tip, we're going to take a look at a Visual Studio Code extension, which allows you to preview your work in the browser as you're coding along in the actual editor. So I think this extension is actually installed for most users by default, but just in case you haven't got it installed, head over to your extensions section in Visual Studio Code. And if you just find Live Server, there are lots of different other types and versions of these kinds of extensions, but Live Server is the one that we're going to be looking at today. And as you can see in my editor, it's already installed. But if you see an install button, just click that and it will install it for you. So what does Live Server enable you to do? Well, you can probably guess by the name, but if we go and find any HTML file we've got within our project, if we right click on that, we've got the option to open with Live Server. And when you click that, it will basically open up a new tab in your browser at this particular address, and it will render that HTML in the browser for you. So you can see there's a couple of errors here, but let's not worry about those for the moment. It's just because we've got no content in our HTML file. But if we put some content in there, and let's say we'll put a heading level 1 tag just so we can see something. Welcome to VS Code, for example. Oops. You can see as soon as I save that file, the page will be rendered, and any further changes that I make, as soon as I save the file, will be updated in the browser. So this pretty much works for any content that you've got on your page, any HTML markup, as you've just seen, any CSS that you might have. For example, if we change the heading level 1 font family to something else, you can see that updates automatically as soon as I save the file. And if we've got any JavaScript running in there as well, that will automatically be rendered on the page. So just as a quick example, if I just put a script tag down here at the bottom of the page, and just console.log working or something like that, you can see if I open up the console, you can see that is also rendered when the Live Server extension sees any changes to this file. So that's just a quick tip on how you can render your content automatically in the browser. So it's quite handy if you're working on a project and you want to see your changes as you're going along. And as mentioned at the start of the tutorial, it should be installed by default, but if not, just go over to your extensions section in Visual Studio Code and you can install that for free. So that's pretty much it for this tutorial. Make sure you stay tuned for more web dev tips.